at Eclectic Gallery, and I'm with Jennifer McIntyre, and I'd love to talk to her about a few of her new works. Hey, Jennifer. I'd noticed that you're doing something totally different than you've ever done before, and it's this one.
Yes and no.
Windstorm.
Yes and no. It's totally. It actually isn't totally different because I did a whole series of lanterns quite a few years ago after going to China, and maybe you didn't see them. I think it was before your time, and so. No, really, it was when I started painting seriously about 8 or 9 years ago, and I went on a trip to Shanghai and came back and did a whole series of lanterns and incense sticks and windstorms and all that. And can we move it, Ephraim? Let me see. And this little ornamental piece is from a piece of carved wood I brought back from China, and it sneaks into the odd painting as well. Excuse me. So yes, it's old, but it's new because I've recombined it.
I think that that's really part of your whole process. Is like you know, you reinvent yourself every time.
It's the magpie in me.
So what was your original purpose of going to China? I'm curious.
Oh, it was just I had quit teaching, and I have a younger sister who lives up island, and she phoned and she said, "Do you want to go shopping in Shanghai?" There was a trip that was $1,200 or $1,300, and I could do that, and I went, and it was great fun. I mean, it was one of those things where you're on a tour and you get trailed around here and there, but it was fabulous in many ways.
Early enough that you really saw some cultural.
Well, yeah, we saw parts of the city that hadn't been plowed down. I mean, they basically appropriate the old housing and put up towers, and so we still went through some of the old city, and we stayed in the French concession, and so there were still, you know, people who were on the sidewalk shining shoes, or there was a little old lady with her little grandchild sitting in there cutting his hair right on the sidewalk, and still a lot of street life. Yeah.
So the influence of that period of time is still very present in your work.
Well, yeah, the bits and bobs from that trip are still around.
But there's a sense of formalism, I think, that is really from that time as well. And I think that subconsciously as artists, you know, we're really influenced by place, you know, and I had a similar kind of experience in Japan, and it really affected my whole sense of organization and asymmetrical symmetry, and I can see it in some of your vase paintings.
And the fan and the
Yes.
tassels. And this one, I just started collecting Japanese teacups everywhere, junk stores, Value Village, and now I have about 25 of them all in a row. So I thought that would be a nice theme, and this is all I've really done with it so far.
Well, there's a formalism to how you're presenting the work, but there's also this really whimsical, playful movement that you're bringing into your work, and I think that that's very exciting because it's like a tornado. It's churning things up.
Easily bored. I am. I'm really easily bored, and so I don't understand artists who do the same thing, or stay with the same palette, or stay with the same themes always. I just couldn't do that.
It's changing.
Yep.
Right. Well, thank you very much, Jennifer.
Thank you. Thanks, Ephraim.